It's a bright sunny day and we welcome you to Mariners Point, side of the 1982 Buddy Bowl. There's some big changes in the Buddy Bowl this year. One obvious one is the location. We also bring you goalposts to bring you this great 1982 action. The first game of the day featured the Two Cool Kramers against Corn on the Cobs. Urban Cobb's team is getting ready in the huddle. And John Bennett, the ref, is getting ready to call the action. Corn on the Cobs team won a tough game, 14-6, as now we get to game 2 of the 1982 Buddy Bowl with Miller's Killers against DeMeyer's Monsters as referee Ted Kramer signals the game to begin. Mark Albrecht with the kickoff. And Lehoff takes it down the right side and before big Randy Luce gets the flag. Bud Mapes over center, hikes the ball to Ron Miller. Number 89 runs to his left, throws a short pass, incomplete. Good pressure by Paul Levitt, the rusher there. Randy Luce anchor the defensive line. Wonder how much of a force will be there today for the DeMeyer's Monsters. Ron Miller's team breaks the huddle. Lehoff in motion. Miller fakes it to Lehoff. He's looking for an open receiver. Complete to Bud Mapes. Goes for about 10 yards before a tackle there by Donald Tart. Miller again fakes it to Paul Tart. Good protection this time. He throws just over Paul Tart's outstretched hands for an incomplete. Now a new feature in the 1982 Buddy Bowl is slow motion. We see the fake to Paul Tart. Ron Miller looking for the man he faked it to. He throws it, but just misses out after he gets past defender Andy DeMeyer. Ron Miller just made a short little pass to Paul Tart for about a 15-yard gain. Unfortunately, Jeff's camera at this time ran out, the battery pack wore out, so Ron Miller goes back near the end of the game throwing a long pass that falls incomplete. But by this time, Miller's team had commanded a thorough advantage, leading 20-0 before DeMeyer's Monsters came back to make the score close. There, Ron Miller's long pass barely overthrown. But it doesn't matter because at this time, Ron Miller's team has a comfortable advantage. Captain Andy DeMeyer calling defensive signals there. Rush from the left side. Lehoff leaps over Levitt. His pants almost fall off there for a short gain. After a touchdown flip there from Ron Miller.
It's a game. If they think I'm tired, maybe they'll make their move.
Bring out your best.
Then I'll make mine.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
The best has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
Budweiser Light.
Pick up action.
Now we bring you to Game 6 of the 1982 Buddy Bowl. Corn on the Cobs versus Air Bennett. And we bring you the final moments of this exciting game. Urban Cobbs throwing a short pass to Mark Signius for a short gain of about 5 yards. David Ryan, the center. Danny Fontaine back to pass. Pressured by Philando. It's intercepted by Jim Walsh. And number 33 takes it for a short gain. Air Bennett breaks the huddle. He's being rushed by Urban Cobbs. Irvin Cobbs finally gets him. What a player, Irvin Cobbs, and what a Buddy Bowl history Irvin Cobbs has shown us. Here in clips from the 1978 Buddy Bowl, we see Irvin Cobbs singing a short pass from Greg Cunningham, beating Fisher to the goal line. The extra point attempt, we see Greg Cunningham throwing at Irvin Cobbs, completion over Fisher, just barely inside the end line in the end zone. What a player, Irvin Cobbs, and what a history he has brought out to the Buddy Bowl. And he brings it in the 1982 version on the team Corn on the Cobs. Air Bennett back to pass. And Billy Bennett throws long, but it's intercepted by Scotty Evans. And he runs over the sand for a short gain. Tackle there by Walsh and Ryan. Al Hummel back to pass. He's going to throw it long. The ball is intercepted by Billy Bennett. Tries to run it. Time is running out here on game 6, and he laterals it to nobody. He laterals it to Mark Signius for the other team. And he lumbers into the end zone 4 yards for a score to make the score 30-24 in favor of Air Bennett. What a spike. In slow motion, we'll reveal this strange play again. Al Hummel, not the best of quarterbacks, is throwing it long. Billy Bennett makes the easy interception, and for some reason, laterals it to nobody in particular. Loose ball free, Mark Signius rumbles past the goal line, right there for the score to make the game a 6-point difference. What a spike. The time has run out. Air Bennett has prevailed, 30-24. After that strange touchdown on the lateral by Billy Bennett, the teams line up for an extra point as time has run out. Taking advantage of the new goalpost from 1982 Buddy Bowl, Danny Fontaine will attempt the kick of the holder Irvin Cobbs. Despite the rush, it's good. John Bennett kicks the goalpost in disgust. As the game ends 30-24 in favor of Air Bennett. One last kickoff will occur, but that won't alter the final score. Mark Williams takes the kick, goes for a couple yards before he's brought down. What a run. Billy Bennett teams runs out the clock. The score 30-20. Before Game 8 of the 1982 Buddy Bowl, Miller's Killers vs. Air Bennett. Teams meet on the field for the pregame introductions.
Okay, odd or even?
Odd. You win it. I want the football. I want the football. We want the football. Hey, go on the ball. We want the ball. We want the ball.
We never run faster than when we run together. Maybe it's the way we push each other.
Bring out your best.
Maybe it's the baton.
The best never comes easy. That's why there's nothing else like it. Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best.
You gotta reach deep inside.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
The best. It has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
Budweiser Light.
That ad brought to you by Budweiser, official beer of the 1982 Buddy Bowl. Game 8 of the 1980 Buddy Bowl is now in session as the kick goes to Jim Walsh. Air Bennett has the ball, hoping to defeat a tough Miller Killer squad. Deep in their own territory, quarterback Billy Bennett asks for the football. After a fearsome rush, brought down by Rich Wright and Craig Beaver. Second down now. Good block on Beaver. Billy Bennett runs to his right, being chased by Bud Mapes. He scrambles for good yardage down the sideline. Tackle there by Billy Travers. Referee Irvin Cobbs and Al Hummel are controlling the action. Steve Machinsky checks out the ball before he hikes it. See also there Philando, Williams, and Walsh on the line. Billy Bennett being chased by Craig Bieber, throws it short, dropped by Augie Philando. Let's see that in slow motion. Billy Bennett being chased, sees his right guard, but he drops it. Can't do that in the Buddy Bowl, but he did. Billy Bennett looking for a medium receiver, throws complete to Peter Deering, his first round choice. Goes for a good gain. Let's see that again. Behind good protection, Billy Bennett throws right over the middle. Over out the stretched hands of Lee Hoff. It's a completion. Brought down there by Miller and Billy Travers. First down, says Al Hummel. Billy Bennett being chased. Dropped by Mark Williams. Billy Bennett having a tough time out there. Philando and Williams have both let him down on easy receptions. Billy Bennett. But wait a minute, there's a penalty on the play. Offsides on the offense. They'll run the play again. Being chased again, Billy Bennett runs to his right. He throws long, and the ball was complete. It was complete to Walsh, even though the cameraman stopped filming. It's like a good drive here, keeping Miller's Killers team away from the ball. Steve Machinsky hikes it to Billy Bennett. They're deep in Killer territory. He throws it in the corner of the end zone, but just misses Peter Deering. He had beaten Ron Miller on the play, but it still falls incomplete. Billy Bennett back to pass again on a rush. Good defensive play by Ron Miller there. Should have had the interception. Great hike by Machinsky. Bennett running to his left, being chased by Rich Wright. He throws it long. Deering has it, but he drops it right through his hands. Let's see that again in slow motion. Peter Deering had beaten his defensive man. He's open in the Buddy Bowl end zone. The pass is there. He's beaten Miller, but he dropped it.
Another
incompletion. The third drop for Billy Bennett. Good block by Deering there to give him some extra time, but nobody's open as the pass falls incomplete in the end zone. Finally, Miller's Killers gets the ball. Lee Hoff in motion. Ron Miller back to pass, has time, dumps it off to nobody in particular to save the loss. Looks like he got away with it that play. Second down. A great rolling hike to Miller. He throws it complete to Lee Hoff, but for a short gain. Bud Mapes, the center, anchoring the awesome Miller Killer line. Miller running to his left. It's a lateral to Lee Hoff, right into the cameraman for short yardage. A fake to Lee Hoff. Miller is back to pass. He throws it complete to Bud Mapes for a good gain. Number 63 there, always a top player for Miller's Killers in 1980 and a good player in 1982. After some confusion on the play, Miller calls an audible on the line. Runs to the right. Good couple of blocks, but Benedict gets the flag for the tackle. Miller now running to his left. He throws. It's a completion to Paul Tart past Jim Walsh for a good gain. Can Ron Miller make a good drive? Here we see Ron Miller, some 1978 action as Miller's Killers completely annihilate Hybrid Hoodlums 32-0. The first drive featured a short run from Ron Miller to Craig Horvath, then Ronnie takes the ball himself. Running to his left, Miller prevents a tough target to get down. The whole team has to get him. Finally, they bring him down. Miller has proven time and time again that he is a good player. Finding good receivers there, like John Nicolet. Finally, in 1978, Miller found Nicoletti in the corner of the end zone, past Danny Fontaine there as referee Jim Badlier signals the touchdown. But can Miller do it? That was 1978. Can he repeat in 1982? This game will tell. Running to his left, Miller tries it, but he is stuffed by Peter Deering on the rush. In slow motion, we see the massive rush by that first-round pick, Pete Deering. Miller looking for a receiver, but the ball goes nowhere. Miller faking it to Lee Hoff. Throws, but overthrows his man, Billy Travers. Billy Travers in motion as Miller takes the hike. A fake to Hoff, stuffed again by Peter Deering. In slow motion, we see the massive rush again, right there. What a play. Miller can't even get the ball off. Miller tries the option play again, running to his left. He throws it to Lehoff, but wait a minute, that was a forward lateral. Let's run that back and check that play out again. Miller running to his left. The option play is for him, but I think he waits too long to throw it. Lehoff is obviously in front of him, right there. See the ball go forward? Unfortunately, the ref, Al Hummel, didn't see it. Miller's team is on a good drive now against Air Bennett. Miller running to his left again with the option. Fakes it this time, but Billy Bennett makes a fine grab of his flag. Miller sacked by Augie Philando on the line. Philando's been a good player for Air Bennett. In fact, he's been Buddy Bowl the last 5 years. Time is running out. It's getting close to the half. Miller's got to try and stop the clock with an overthrow. Miller gets the hike, throws it away, but unfortunately right to Billy Bennett. He keeps 2 feet in, and it's an interception. Miller's first interception in almost 60 passing attempts. In slow motion, here we see it again. He catches it, both feet are in, right there. Air Bennett stops the last-minute drive of the half by Miller's Killers. It's time running out. They're trying to run out the clock. Chinsky hikes it to Billy Bennett. He's stopped, but on the 1-yard line as the half comes to an end. Referee Al Hummel didn't like some of the rushing on that play, and it's going to cost Miller's Killers 10 yards for unnecessary roughness. Fortunately, Al Hummel has lost the yardstick and did not know where to go, so he played the ball in a worthwhile position. Billy Bennett throws it. Another forward lateral to Jim Walsh. But again, the refs didn't see it. Billy Bennett back to pass again. Gets away from the rush. Craig Beaver's running after him, but he won't catch him. Goes for a good gain. The clock had run out, so now we begin the second half of this scoreless matchup between Miller's Killers and Air Bennett. Lehoff takes the kick and does not go much farther for an obvious reason. Ron Miller back to pass again and try and break the scoreless tie. Completes the pass to Paul Tart. Brought down by Billy Bennett. A fake to Lehoff. Miller goes to his left. He's going to run the ball this time. It finds great open field. Brought down by Jim Walsh there. Ron Miller fakes it again to Lehoff, being chased by John Benedict, but he gets away. He throws it incomplete into the ground, and referee Irvin Cobb was right there to call the play. Intentional grounding on Ron Miller. Miller gives it to Lehoff. Lehoff's going to throw an option. He throws it into the end zone, just past Paul Tart's outstretched hands. The game is still scoreless. Miller back to pass, trying to keep this drive alive in this scoreless tie. Being rushed by Machinsky, Miller throws a short pass to Billy Travers. Brought down there by Mark Williams after a short gain. Lehoff in motion. Billy Travers almost in motion. Ron Miller runs to his left. Doesn't see anybody open. He throws it across the field, but Paul Tart cannot reach it. First down for Air Bennett as referee Irvin Cobbs calls it. Benedict looking for someone to block on the line. Bad hike by Machinsky, but Billy Bennett gets in and runs through the middle of the line for a short gain. Tackle there by Paul Tart. Billy Bennett back to pass again. He throws it complete to Machinsky for a short gain. Good catch there by Machinsky, who has been a 5-year Buddy Bowler. And so replay shows the catch. Billy Bennett is looking long. Lehoff almost intercepts, just past his fingertips. Again in slow motion, we'll see the good spiral by Air Bennett, but it's throwing it to the wrong man. Lehoff tries, reaches right there. Almost gets it, but the ball falls incomplete. Mark Williams blocking. Completes to John Benedict, brought down by Ron Miller. Billy Bennett looking for a receiver. Throws complete for a first down to Jim Walsh right on the line. Air Bennett's got a drive going. Can they break the scoreless tie? Referee calls it first down. Billy Bennett throwing, almost intercepted by Paul Tart. Should have had that one. Billy Bennett again throwing short. Ball incomplete. Just past Jim Walsh. Rich Wright on the rusher will give Billy Bennett a sack. What a good play by the rusher, Rich Wright. Let's watch that again in slow motion. You can see Rich Wright from the right side of the line get pass blocker Mark Williams to make the sack. Billy Bennett had nowhere to go. He's down. That sack brought a fourth down, and a bad hike by Machinsky caused an almost fatal error to Air Bennett. Miller's team now has the ball, and Miller runs around left end for a good gain, brought down by Peter Deering near the goal line. This is Miller's best chance of the day. It's a replay, shows Benedict getting nailed on the play. Miller running around left end. Gets past a couple defenders, gets past Jim Walsh, and Peter Deering, the last man to the end zone, finally brings him down. 0-0, but Miller's team is threatening. Ron Miller looking for someone to throw to. Sees Billy Travers on the short flip. Fakes out Deering and goes over the goal line for the score to make it 6-0. Let's see that in instant replay. Ron Miller looking to his left. Lee Hoff has nowhere to go for the pitch, so he runs it the other way. Billy Travers alertly running behind Ron, but now goes in front of him to catch the short pass. A good fake there, and he only needs a few yards to go over the line for the score. 6-0, Miller's Killers, as referee Aaron Cobb signals touchdown. Extra point attempt, a rush by Pete Deering, and Miller throws it away out of the end zone. They still have an important 6-0 lead. Kickoff now, time is running out for Air Bennett. Billy Bennett takes it up the right sideline. It's brought down by Bud Mapes.
Go!
Billy Bennett now back to pass. But the rush is there, and Craig Beaver and Rich Wright nail him for another sack. Air Bennett offensive line is falling apart now. Rich Wright just misses him. Billy Bennett is looking long to try the score. The pass for Peter Deering falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Paul Tart. Billy Bennett running to his left, following Mark Williams' protection, but he has nowhere to go. Bud Mapes and Rich Wright nail him. Running out of time now as Billy Bennett throws a long one. Pass for Jim Walsh falls incomplete. And now Miller's Killers will run out the clock.
Bring out your best.
I wasn't drafted till the 7th round. They don't even know my name.
Your best.
Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best.
Budweiser Light.
Bring out your best.
The best.
Croder, huh?
It has a taste all its own. Enjoy it.
Gee, I'm glad I got traded from Nicoletti's team.
After Miller's Killers win over Air Bennett 6-0, we see John Bennett's team trailing by 4 points with a few minutes left in the game. Can John Bennett's team do it? We see John Bennett in 1978 action with his great win over Tornays Turkeys in Game 3 of 1978 action. Here we see John Bennett throwing to Lippert in the end zone for a touchdown. Here we see 1978 Bennett throwing to Greg Luna for an extra point. But that was 1978. Can Bennett do it in 82? Randy Luce rushing him just like he did for the Tornays Turkeys in 78, but an incomplete pass. John Bennett back to pass again. DeMeyer's Monsters, a tough defense. Jay Harvey is covered by Andy DeMeyer. No one's open. 3rd down now. John Bennett, good protection this time, throws it short, but the pass is broken up by Paul Levitt as number 53 on Bennett's team goes sprawling over the middle. 4th down now. John Bennett throws, but it's incomplete over the outstretched arm of a receiver. DeMeyer's Monsters win 18-14.
We're going to do odd or even. Okay? Odd. Receive. Hey, what goal do we want to defend? When did you decide? No.
Now we bring you the 1982 Buddy Bowl Championship game between Miller's Killers and DeMeyer's Monsters. It's the Champ Champs versus the Chump Champs, 1982 style. The Monsters' first kick goes out of bounds, so B.J. Clark will kick it again. A scrib kick to Ron Miller. Runs it to the right. Good blocking there by Rich Wright. Randy Luce gets the flag. Miller's Killers had beaten DeMeyer's Monsters 2016 earlier, but DeMeyer's Monsters have won 2 straight games to get them to this championship game. They have the momentum. Miller throws long. Paul Tart beats Mark Franklin for a good gain. Here we see the play again. This is the replay. Great protection for Ron Miller. He has all day to throw and sees Paul Tart past Franklin for the completion as B.J. Clark and Franklin make the tackle. Ron Miller running to his left, pitches the ball to Lee Hoff. The option only gets a few yards on that play. Tackle there by Franklin and Luce. Bad hike by Bud Mapes, and it allows enough time for the rusher, Donald Tart, to get in there for the sack. Miller looking for a receiver, runs to his right, but overthrows Billy Travers, who is covered well there by Mark Albrecht. Miller's throw, we'll see again, went for a touchdown to Paul Tart to give the team a 6-0 lead. In slow motion, we see Ron Miller running to his left. Good protection there by Rich Wright and Lee Hoff. Past the rusher Randy Luce, Miller throws it in the corner of the end zone, past Franklin again. Paul Tart makes the catch, and Jay Harvey signals touchdown. It's 6-0, Miller's Killers. Extra point attempt now. Miller hands it to Lee Hoff up the middle, and he goes past the goal line right there for the score. 7-0, Miller's Killers have the lead. And here's the kickoff. Ron Miller kicking it off. A low kick. Taken by Franklin near the sideline. Tries to run to his left, but gets only a couple yards. Tackle there by Bud Mapes. Bad hike, but B.J. Clark takes it. He runs to his left. He sees Levitt open. The throw is behind him, but Levitt makes a great catch for a good gain. In slow motion, we'll see the play again as B.J. sees the tall receiver open down the field, getting past Miller, and the ball is caught right there for a good reception of about 20-25 yards. Levitt's 4th catch of the day, and that breaks the string of 7 consecutive TD receptions. B.J. Clark will run it now. Jumps past Ron Miller and Rich Wright. Tackle there by Billy Travers. See that play again in slow motion. B.J. Clark doesn't have a receiver open, so he'll run it. Running past Craig Beaver, Ron Miller, and Rich Wright. B.J.'s in the open. Billy Travers gets him after a good gain. B.J. Clark now is on a roll. He throws it, looks for Levitt, but Ron Miller makes a great leaping interception. One-handed grab. Tackle there by Mark Albrecht. We'll see that interception again in slow motion as Miller jumps right there for the ball. Good camera angle there. Let's congratulate our Buddy Ball cameraman for that play. Mark Albrecht makes the tackle there. I'm sure Miller will enjoy that play too. We'll run it again for him if he wants to see it. Ron Miller running to his right now. He likes the option. Lovett is blocked out of the play, and Miller gets a good 10, 15 yards out of it before Franklin pushes him out of bounds. 7-0 in favor of Miller's Killers. Andy DeMeyer needs a touchdown, and needs a touchdown bad to get back in this game. But Miller's team has the ball. He's throwing long for Paul Tart, but way overthrown. Not many people could have caught that pass. Miller faking it to Hoff. He's looking for a receiver. Sees Bud Mapes open. Mark Franklin there with the tackle. Ron Miller faking it again. A good rush there by Lovett. Lovett forced him to throw early, and he misses Billy Travers. Miller's team's on the drive again. It's a short dump off right to Mark Albrecht. Fortunately, Mark Albrecht was a rusher on another team, and the ball falls incomplete. Offside penalty against the offense was declined on that play. Really now looking in the corner of the end zone, but he overthrows. B.J. Clark was the defender there. 4th down now, and Miller's team is deciding what to do in the huddle. Trying to protect a 7-point lead, they decide to punt the ball away to pin DeMeyer's Monsters deep in their own end zone. But they hadn't counted on the massive rush of a huge Randy Luce there on the right of the screen. He'll come through and block the punt right there. In slow motion, we'll see that block punt again. Miller has the ball, but doesn't get back far enough. Randy is right there. See that big white mass in the screen? That's Randy Luce, and he's blocked the kick. Goes for a 10-yard gain. Mark Franklin picks up the loose ball and goes an extra yard. Randy Luce, one of the early Buddy Bowlers also, seen here in 1978 action taking a kickoff. Although a few pounds heavier in this 1978 action, he's still a force to be reckoned with on the field as Steve Tornays throws this long pass to Randy. Back to 1982 action, we see DeMeyer's Monsters trying to tie the score to get back into this game. B.J. Clark telling where his blockers to block. Andy DeMeyer with a good block on Paul Tart. Gets good yardage on this play, and his flag falls down. B.J. Clark looking for a receiver. Throws it to Franklin, but the ball falls incomplete. They need a touchdown. Craig Beaver misses the flag, and that gives enough time for B.J. Clark to look long in the end zone for the tall receiver Levitt, and he's open. Pass beats Paul Tart in the end zone to make the score 7-6. Let's see that play again. Buddy Bowl is a game of inches right there as we see Craig Beaver missing the flag, giving B.J. the opportunity to spot the receiver open in the end zone, and Paul Levitt makes the touchdown reception that brings them to within a point. Levitt's second reception of the game, and it's a big one. The extra point now, B.J. Clark, but Rich Wright grabs his flag. The extra point is no good. The score, Miller's Killers 7, DeMeyer's Monsters 6. The kickoff goes out of bounds again. So DeMeyer's Monsters will kick it again. Mark Albrecht with the kick this time. A fine kick to Ron Miller. Ron runs to his left, looks for blockers, and then falls down over his own man. It's a close game now, 7-6 in this 1982 championship. Ron Miller fakes it, throws for Bud Mapes, the ball falls incomplete. Ron Miller faking it again to his halfback, throws, but Paul Tart drops the ball. Good pass by Ron Miller, he should have had it. Seen here on instant replay, we see Paul Tart dropping the easy pass. You don't see that very often from this experienced Buddy Bowl veteran. Ron Miller now with the option play, but Levitt stops it. Levitt's right there. Lee Hoff has nowhere to go. And finally, Andy DeMeyer and Randy Luce help out on the defensive side. Andy DeMeyer with the final tackle. That's halftime. Jay Harvey singles it.
He's fresher. He's too fresh. Miller wasn't dressed. That happened in our game, really?
Should be 6 on 6.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's have a vote. How many things?
We're all tired anyway.
Yeah.
6 on 6.
Good.
We're gonna have to go defense. How we get to defense? We're gonna have Craig and Rush, Bud in middle, Paul and Billy. So guys, you gotta take out way outside. Fuck, you go watch the middle. Okay. Yeah, we're the BJ. That'll work.
Now we're bringing the second half of the 1982 Buddy Bowl Championship as Franklin takes the kick, laterals to B.J. Clark, but he has nowhere to go. Paul Tart brings him down. 7-6 in favor of Miller's Killers as B.J. Clark's team tries to get to the advantage in the game. Pass to Paul Levitt is complete for a first down. That's Paul's third catch of the game. It's been the top monster receiver of the afternoon. B.J. Clark now. Sacked by Rich Wright and Craig Beaver. They've been in there all day. Brian Clark has not had as much time as he'd like to pass the ball. B.J. Clark running back and forth for his life. Gets past Craig Beaver, past Rich Wright. He's going to run it. Good yardage. Referee Scotty Evans takes control of the game. Moves the ball forward a little bit. He likes DeMeyer's team. B.J. Clark now being chased. Throws complete to Donald Tart for a good game. Billy Travers with a fine tackle of the flag. B.J. Clark now trying to throw short, but Rich Wright blocks it. Referee Jay Harvey also helping out Scotty Evans in this championship struggle. B.J. Clark throwing it across the field to Andy DeMeyer. Andy DeMeyer has nothing to do with the ball. He's going to throw it away to Rich Wright. Luckily he was down, but Rich Wright lumbers in the end zone nevertheless. The offense is not moving for DeMeyer's team. Craig Beaver chases B.J. Clark back farther. Donald Tart catches a short pass, but he really has nowhere to go as Paul Tart and Bud Mapes bring him down. B.J. Clark running to his right again, being chased by Craig Beaver, goes near the sideline before Paul Tart brings him out of bounds.
Great job, Paul.
Paul Tart looks like he hurt himself on that play. We'll be back for more football action. That was a fourth down play, so Miller's Killers have the ball. Can they keep a hold of this 1-point lead? Miller having enough time to throw. Throws it complete to Billy Travers. Jay Franklin brings him down for a short gain. Miller's team now in the huddle, figuring out how to beat DeMeyer's Monsters. Miller diagramming the play in the huddle. They break out of the huddle. Miller's team is ready to go. Being rushed by Paul Levitt. Levitt just misses the flag, and Miller runs for a short gain. Let's watch it again. This is a replay. As I said before, the Buddy Bowl is a game of inches, and this time the rusher Levitt just misses Miller's flag. Right there. Miller now back to pass. Goes incomplete to Rich Wright. What a lumbering presence on the field. Looks like it's going to be a sad day for DeMeyer's team. They're running out of both downs and time as Ron Miller's team is controlling the game here. Bud Mapes drops the ball. But still, Miller's team is in command. Ron Miller, having all the time in the world to throw, throws another short pass to Bud Mapes. If you thought you had to have ball control with the run, Miller's team is proving you can have ball control with the pass. He has enough time to throw it, and he's throwing it short and wiping out the secondary of the Monsters. Another short pass to Craig Beaver. Gets past a couple of tacklers where he falls down and brought down by Jay Franklin. They're nearing the goal line in order to widen their 1-point lead. Fakes out the rusher Levitt, and Miller has enough time to throw complete for the touchdown to Billy Travers. Let's see that. It's a replay of the touchdown. Miller avoiding the rusher Levitt. He's got enough time to find his open receiver, and Billy Travers is standing all alone in the corner of the end zone. Referee Scotty Evans signals touchdown, and Billy Travers congratulates the rest of Miller's killers. The score now is 13-6 as they try for the extra point. Ron Miller is back to pass. Rusher is after him, Paul Levitt, and Miller throws it right to the defender Franklin. Incomplete as Miller's killers lead now 13-6. Andy DeMeyer takes the kick, runs to his left. They've got to try and tie the score. Can they do it? B.J. Clark running to his right. Gets past Tart. Just missed. Now we'll show you a replay of B.J. Clark's run to the right. Behind 13-6, they need a tying score. Running past Craig Beaver. Gets past Paul Tart right there. Good block by Andy DeMeyer and Mark Albrecht. Gets past Billy Travers. Ron Miller, the last man to get him. Ron Miller did it. He got his flag. It looks like it's going to be a tough day for DeMeyer's Monsters, as Craig Beaver makes another sack. What an awesome defensive line. Paul Levitt now trying to block Craig Beaver. Dropped by Donald Tart. That surely doesn't help DeMeyer's Monsters. They've got to get into the end zone to tie the score. B.J. Clark throwing. Complete to Andy DeMeyer, but it's not enough for the first down. Fourth down play fails, and Miller's killers get the ball. Going for the football, DeMeyer's Monsters have to force Miller to fumble it. Miller fakes it, runs past Rich Wright. Randy Luce won't catch Miller, and Miller goes for the score. What a spike by Ron Miller. We'll see that play again in slow motion. Making the option to Paul Tart, Ron Miller runs behind Rich Wright. Gets past B.J. Clark, and there's nothing but open field. Randy Luce decides not to try and catch him. So it's a touchdown for Ron Miller to make the score 19-7. Extra point attempt now. Ron Miller looks, throws incomplete to Billy Travers, but there's a defensive penalty on the play. They'll try it again. It's a draw play to Rich Wright, and he smashes over Mark Albrecht for the extra point. 20-7 now. Miller's killers comfortably in front. Randy Luce taking the kickoff. Tackle there by Bud Mapes. Lining up for nearly a final play. B.J. Clark looking long for Levitt again. Levitt's open, but B.J. Clark overthrows him. Could have had another score there. See that again on instant replay. B.J. Clark just overthrows Levitt in the end zone. It's 20-7. In favor of Miller's Killers as B.J. Clark goes back to pass. It's being chased by Ron Miller. Time is running out. Finally, there's a standoff right here. Ron Miller dares B.J. to throw it, and he does. He throws it long. The pass is caught by Donald Tart, but time has run out. Miller's Killers in the 1982 championship defeat DeMeyer's Monsters 20-7. And now the game-ending presentation.
Hey, Rich, what time we got to get there?
We're late. What time is it now?
We're already late. It's only like 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock?
Jeff, you ready?
Yeah.
We got to be there really early.
Attribute this trophy to our stalwart line this year. Yes. Rich Wright, Bud Mape, and Craig Beaver. Yes. My first presentation, Rich Wright, who got the final carry of the day for our big extra point.
Yeah! Yeah!
Congratulations.
Miller's Killers.
My next presentation, from USD, 73, Craig Beaver. Yeah, the newcomer to Buddy Ball. First year, first trophy.
Yeah! Yeah!
There we go. To my cousin, Billy Travers, who had to wake up early this morning to get out of here. Where are you, Billy? Right here. Billy Travers. First year trophy. Be back next week. There we go. This is for our no-name player, Lee Hoff. Randy Hoff, you're great today. Lee, I'll get it to your house, please. And? What did I forget? Paul Tart. Paul Tart came off some hell of catches today. And a couple runs too, Paul. Congratulations.
Hi, Mom.
And of course, captain of this year's 1982 Buddy Bowl.
Oh, very good.
Really? Where's Bud?
Oh, Bud. And our center, and probably our MVP of the day, Bud Mapes. Sorry, Bud. Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad.
I'd like to thank all the little people that made this possible.
Wait a minute.
This one's especially my mother, my father, and Bear Bryant. Thank you.
I'm not gonna get you, don't worry.
Here's your watch. Someone, I guess, ripped the ring out because when I found it laying around, it didn't have the ring. There's no string to it.
You can keep the string as a momentum.
Oh, okay. Student body. We're talking ground superiority.
And of course, the timekeeper for today.
Yes.
Hey, right.
Gotta take a big picture.
Got anything to say to folks at home? This is going to be seen all around the world.
All we gotta do is clean up.
Paul Levitt caught 4 touchdown passes today.
5 catches.